The Search Arbitrage and the Death of Google, Section 1, The Fall of the Oracle. Look at the history of the internet. Look at the flow of digital power. For the past 25 years, there was only one absolute undisputed king of the internet. Google was the oracle. It was the central nervous system of human curiosity. If a human being had a question, if a consumer wanted to buy a product, if an engineer needed to solve a complex coding error, they all went to the exact same blank white screen. They typed a query into a search bar, and Google routed that traffic. Because Google controlled the routing of human curiosity. They controlled the global economy. They built a $2 trillion empire by placing tiny, invisible toll booths on every single search query on Earth. But that empire is currently fracturing. The oracle is dying. The absolute monopoly of the search bar is collapsing in real time. And it is creating the greatest asymmetrical wealth transfer of this decade. Welcome to the era of search arbitrage. Section 2, the 49% anomaly. To understand the architecture of this wealth transfer, you have to look at the behavioral data of the American consumer. You have to look at the anomalies. Right now, a catastrophic shift is happening. 49% of Generation Z and Millennials in the United States are no longer using Google as their primary search engine when they want to know how to fix a leaking sink, when they want to know the best software for a marketing agency, when they want to review a piece of technology. They do not type it into Google. They type it into TikTok. They type it into YouTube Shorts. They type it into Instagram Reels. They do not want to read a 10-page, heavily text-based blog post. They want a raw, fast, high-density video answer. They want visual proof. To a normal person, this is just a shift in app usage. But to a solo capitalist, to a systems orchestrator, this is a $1 trillion vulnerability. The traffic is migrating. And wherever the traffic migrates, the margins follow. Section 3. The definition of search arbitrage. What exactly is search arbitrage? Arbitrage, in its purest financial definition, is buying an asset in a cheap market and selling it in an expensive market. But in the digital intelligence economy, the asset is human attention. The asset is the search query. The modern solo capitalist is doing something incredibly ruthless. They are deploying massive automated swarms of digital agents to intercept human questions before Google can monetize them. They are building invisible nets across TikTok, YouTube, and X. They capture the highly valuable intent-driven search query, and they funnel that traffic directly into their own affiliate links, directly into their own software products, directly into their own ghost agencies. They are stealing Google's traffic, and they are doing it entirely with artificial intelligence. Section 4. The architecture of the Intercept. Let us do a forensic autopsy on this system. Let us look at how the search arbitrage machine actually works. Imagine a single solo capitalist sitting in a dark room in Austin. He wants to capture the highly lucrative B2B software market. He knows that every single day, thousands of corporate managers type the same question into TikTok and YouTube. What is the best automated CRM for a real estate agency? In the old days, a human creator would spend 3 days researching that software. They would spend 2 days writing a script. They would spend a day filming themselves in front of a camera. They would spend a week editing the video. And they would pray the algorithm rewarded them. That is the slow, archaic human way. The orchestrator does not do that. The orchestrator builds a programmatic engine. Section 5. The Programmatic Swarm. Here is the exact blueprint of the programmatic swarm. The orchestrator uses a master script connected to the YouTube and TikTok search APIs. The script scrapes thousands of high-value, low-competition search queries. It identifies exactly what questions the market is desperately asking. That raw list of questions is routed via API to a foundational reasoning model. The AI writes 1,000 unique, highly optimized 60-second video scripts. Every single script perfectly answers a specific, highly niche corporate question. The text is then routed to a hyper-realistic AI avatar generator. The avatar engine renders 1,000 videos. It adds cinematic B-roll, it adds data visualizations, it adds kinetic typography. Finally, an autonomous distribution agent takes those 1,000 videos and schedules them across 50 different faceless channels on YouTube and TikTok. The entire process, the creation of 1,000 pieces of highly targeted search-optimized video content, took less than 3 hours, and it cost less than $50 in raw compute power. Section 6. The economics of the click. Now, let us look at the brutal mathematics, because the math is where the solo capitalist breaks the matrix. Out of those 1,000 automated videos, maybe 900 of them get 0 views. They completely fail. The algorithm ignores them. But the orchestrator does not care about the 900 failures. Because the compute cost was virtually 0, the orchestrator only cares about the 100 videos that rank in the search results. When a corporate manager searches for best real estate CRM, they find the AI-generated video. They watch the flawless, highly educational breakdown, and they click the affiliate link in the description. That single click, that single software conversion, pays the solo capitalist a recurring commission of $200 a month. For years, the machine cost $50 to run, but the continuous automated interception of search traffic generates $50,000 a month in pure, passive, high-margin revenue. This is the death of the traditional creator economy. You cannot compete with a machine that creates 1,000 high-quality assets an hour. Section 7. The Synthetic Trust Paradox. You might be asking a psychological question right now. If these videos are entirely generated by artificial intelligence, if the face is fake, and the voice is fake, and the script is synthetic, why does the consumer click the link? Why does the corporate manager trust the recommendation? This is the synthetic trust paradox. And it is the most dangerous reality of the modern internet. The consumer no longer cares if the creator is human. Let me repeat that. The modern consumer does not care if the intelligence is synthetic. They only care if the information is accurate, fast, and visually stimulating. We have crossed the uncanny valley. The avatars look real. The data visualizations are sharp. The logic is flawless in a world drowning in infinite noise. The consumer simply wants the fastest route to the correct answer. If an AI agent can deliver that answer better and faster than a human blogger, the AI agent wins the trust. And the AI agent wins the click. Section 8. The extinction of the blogger. This architectural shift is actively destroying the legacy media industry. The traditional SEO blogger is going extinct. For a decade, writers made millions of dollars building massive websites. They wrote 10,000-word articles stuffed with keywords. They played Google's game, but now Google's own AI overviews are stealing their traffic at the top of the page. And the TikTok programmatic video swarms are stealing their traffic at the bottom of the funnel. The middle-class content creator is being squeezed out of existence. If your entire business model is writing text on a website, hoping Google sends you a click, you are operating a dead business. You are a ghost walking in a machine's world. Section 9, the invisible moat. So, what is the defensive moat? If an orchestrator can generate 1,000 videos for $50, what stops another orchestrator from generating 10,000 videos for $500? How do you survive when the barrier to entry drops to absolute zero? Your moat is not the volume of your content. Your moat is the architecture of your data funnel. Amateurs use AI to generate random broad content. They make videos about how to get rich or motivational quotes. That is a low-value, zero-margin game. The elite systems architect does not do that. The elite architect builds highly specific, micro-niche intelligence traps. They target the boring, unsexy, highly profitable B2B queries. They build automated funnels that capture email addresses from procurement managers. They build data sets. The AI video is just the bait. The real business is the database you build behind the video. Because algorithms will change, TikTok might get banned, Google might change its search rules, but a highly targeted owned database of corporate buyers is an impenetrable fortress. That is your intellectual property. Section 10. The Orchestrators Mandate. We are living through the most compressed period of economic disruption in human history. The gatekeepers are falling. The massive tech monopolies are losing control of their own traffic. You have a very stark choice to make today. You can remain a consumer of this system. You can keep searching for answers, clicking the links, and feeding the algorithms. You can remain the product, or you can step out of the matrix. You can become the orchestrator. Stop consuming the content. Start building the automated pipelines that generate the content. Stop fighting for human leverage. Start commanding machine leverage. Find the anomalies in the search data. Deploy your digital agents. Capture the traffic and protect your margins with absolute ruthlessness. This is Digital ASEAN. We are decoding the hidden architecture of the new digital economy. Stay lean, stay fully automated, and never trust the oracle. Signing out.